I just feel in a happy place right now. Is that the booze?
I think I'll
Probably.
5 glasses of wine.
That'd be 5 glasses of wine. Like, there's places doing full English breakfast, you can do that. Lunchtime, you can go for a roast dinner. And then all on the side of the Mediterranean in the sunshine. It's surreal. Good evening, good evening, good evening. I was about to say good morning then, because that's what we normally do.
I know.
Good morning with a beer, can you imagine? Things have really stepped up on Come Along Dear now. Beers in the morning, eh? Times have got tough after the van repairs and everything. No, it is the evening and we've completely moved on now. I'd just like to acknowledge, before we say where we are, Steve's lost his lovely, lovely beard. I'm really sad about that.
I tried to tidy it up and it just ended up fucking it up a
Butchering
little bit.
it.
So I just thought I'll just take it off. I wasn't sure if I really liked it anyway, and it'll grow back anyway.
It will grow back. Well, I absolutely loved it, and I reckon you had a few fans of that beard. That was a nice beard, Steve.
Yeah, I didn't really like it.
Oh no, it was good. I like it. We never like our own things, features, do we?
I think I let it get too long.
No, I really liked it. Well, it might have needed trimming, but it was a lovely beard. Anyway, just say a prayer for the beard. We may see it again, we may not.
Maybe.
On that note, we have, since the last video, we've moved on. We've moved further entirely across the middle of Spain, and we've headed to the east coast, the Mediterranean coast. Main reason being is we're just going to run out of time. We haven't got time to go. We didn't have time to go to Portugal. We didn't have time to go to Andalusia. So we just kind of zipped across after our van repairs in Toledo. And we find ourselves once again in Benidorm, Steve.
We are.
So why have we come back to Benidorm? Well, apart from anything else, it was just kind of level with where we were, and we thought, let's just head across. But we thought we just kind of fancy going here again, didn't we? Like, and I don't know why, but we were saying it's like, is that the place for us? The last time we went, so we did do a video on this once before. I can't remember how long ago, but we did. And yet here we are. We find ourselves back. So what is it that draws people back to Benidorm? Because we are back. I don't know what that says about us, and I don't really care, to be honest. I'm excited. Like, I love the fact we've come here. I think because it is a novelty sort of place, and it's just something that you don't get anywhere else in Spain. We just wanted to dip our toes in to the Benidorm waters once again. So it's actually the evening. We have set up the van. We're on a campsite. Might show you some of that tomorrow. And we're about to head out into the town. And we're not going to have some heavy night. So we're going to go to a few little tapas bars, a few other bars, see what happens, see where the night takes us. We'll try and show you a bit of Benidorm at night in the old town if we can. And let's go, shall we? Let's go. Let's go and see some Benidorm.
Come on then.
Let's go.
Let's go.
So we're walking in now. The campsite we're on, in fact, most campsites around here, they're a good 30-minute walk, aren't they, outside the town? Yeah. So it does take a while to get in. Obviously, you can get a taxi or something like that. I mean, we're still debating doing that on the way back, aren't we? We're not sure yet. And also, the temperature has really warmed up now. When we were in the middle of Spain, it was so cold. It was like being back in the UK, wasn't it? Yeah. And now we've got back to the east side, not back to, but now we've come to the east side. Everything's warmed up considerably. However, it is a Friday night, so I don't know how busy it's going to be. We're not going to go onto the main strip. If you've seen things of Benidorm before, if you've been here, you'll know what I mean, the main strip on the seafront. I think we're going to avoid that. Yeah, so maybe the old... No, if the old town... We'll do that tomorrow. We'll show you that tomorrow. But the old town hopefully might not be as rammed. I don't know, though. The thing about Benidorm is so many of the places in the old town were really small, weren't they? So there weren't many places to sit, even inside or outside. So it's quite difficult. You kind of just had to mill around, and that makes me uncomfortable sometimes. But we'll see how we get on. You're yawning again?
Yeah.
Are you sure you want to go out? I'll be yawning in half hour. We'll probably be back in half hour. We'll be calling a taxi like we're knackered, can't be bothered.
I mean, I would say we're too old for Benidorm, but everybody's riding around.
Everybody's much older than us. I reckon we're pretty young for Benidorm.
We spring chickens for this place.
We're practically 10 years old in Benidorm terms.
We're fresh meat, gang.
Yeah. Scary stuff. When you look at Benidorm, either from a distance or when you're walking among all the massive buildings, you just kind of assume it's like a really big city, don't you? Like it looks like New York or something. It's absolutely staggering, all these kind of tall buildings just reaching up to the sky. You think it must be a major city, but it's not even one of the more populated places in Spain, because obviously most of them are hotels. So it's literally like a holiday town, really, isn't it? Which is pretty obvious, of course, but like when you're among it and you see just how much is hotels and holiday apartments rather than places where people live, it really kind of hammers home like, oh God, you know, maybe not that many people live here. Obviously it's got a population, but it is just like a playground for tourists to come and get a bit of Mediterranean sun. I know we should be used to this by now, like in Spain where people come out shopping and stuff at like, what is it, 8, 9 o'clock at night, but it still feels weird, doesn't it? It feels so strange. It's like some weird alternate universe. But nice to see. I want a beer too. We're in search of a beer, we're in search of a beer.
Beer and tapas now.
Me too. Alright, well I can't just present it, can I? Because I'm not a tapas bar. I'm not a bar. God.
I am telling you, I have been accepted for disability.
Cheers, Steve. Cheers. What have we done? We found a British bar. Of course. But, you know, like we've been travelling around Spain, so it's a bit different. You know, we've been in Spanish places quite a lot. So to come to Benidorm, that's the novelty, isn't it? That's the fun thing. This is a British bar run by a British couple from Darlington. I don't know, there's just something unique about it. There's just something really nice to be able to do that. Maybe it's not to everybody's taste, but like as we were saying, I think we've said this once before, maybe if that was like, if you had one holiday in the year to go to, for us it probably wouldn't be here, but because we're driving around in a van, we love the fact that we can come here and see all the novelty side of it, you know?
Nice to say, I was going to have a weekend in Benidorm.
Yeah, and then just get a pint, so really nice. Because you can't buy pints in Spain, which is probably a good thing. So earlier, once we got to the main bit, we walked down a little street, very narrow, and I think they kind of call it like Tapas Alley or something. But I think at this time of the night, it's more like main meals and stuff like that. But it was absolutely bustling. Everybody's trying to get you in the restaurant, but the tables looked mostly full anyway. I didn't like it, you know, it was just a bit much, wasn't it? Like so many people in one tiny, tiny space. So yeah, some people thrive on that, you know, some people love eating on a table surrounded by people and crowds, but I just don't, do you?
No.
What's up?
Somebody was behind the cameras.
Oh, were they?
Yeah.
We got a guest star, did we? But yeah, we might go down there again. I liked the experience of walking through it, and while I was filming, it took my mind off it, but generally I find that a bit too much, and even you don't like it really, do you?
No,
so
it's annoying.
Yeah. So we'll see where the night takes us. There's no plan. We're just going to wander freely from bar to bar, do what we feel like. We're not pressuring ourselves. It's just nice to be in this unique little bubble that is Benidorm. So cheers to that.
Cheers.
We've moved on again. We've got a beer in a little glass, and we got a couple of little tapas bits. So Stephen's got some tuna. What have I got?
A nipple.
I've got a nipple with some salmon. So that looks quite nice. And that was like €4 altogether, I think. So it's pretty good. So this was really nice. There's salmon, egg, and it was like a mayonnaise-y type of thing on it, on some bread. Very nice. Oh, I'm gonna try it all now. Right, so we went back for a couple more beers, didn't we, Steve? Cheers. Little beers. They look bigger on camera. And then we got 2 more tapas. Stephen went for his tuna thing again, and I've got some kind of like salad-y concoction on bread.
That's so nice.
So I'm not sure what I've got here. Some kind of like salad-y mix thing on the bread. Let's see. How do I eat this without it falling apart?
Just shove it in your mouth.
Alright. That's good.
What is it?
It's like an egg salad. on top of the bread, but it's really, really nice. Really rich. Oh, I love it. So we are going to go out to a few different bars. Now, the thing about Benidorm is there's actually quite a few gay bars here. There's like, and you know, when you go around the country in the UK, what used to be a gay bar, most of them are shut down. It used to be more of a thing, didn't it?
Yeah,
maybe because it's not necessary now, I don't know.
Yeah, I think most of the pubs are turned into food bars, haven't they? So
yeah,
you kind of old boozers that aren't really there that much anymore.
But I guess with online dating and stuff, but the thing is, it's more than that. A gay bar was more than that. It was about just like being around people that you were comfortable with. It was the music, all sorts of different things, drag, you know. We could go into a whole speech about this. Anyway, it's nice to go to a place where there's quite a few gay bars still, and Benidorm is one of them. So we're out on a Friday night. We're seeing some things shut up already. I don't know if we're still too early. It's 10 o'clock at night, so we can't be that early, can we?
Apparently.
But we're about to try one, and it's a bit strange because it looks shut and then it says try the door open and there's an arrow pointing. This could be really dodgy. Should we just do it anyway? Let's just do it anyway.
Let's see.
Oh, it's locked. Oh, what an anticlimax. We were going to go in this one. One of the others we went in, and we went in before when we came here last. That's shut.
Yeah.
All right, well, let's carry on the mission. Morning, Stefan.
Morning.
How are you feeling?
Right.
We're not hungover, and that's not
No,
a denial either.
It takes me a while to wake up.
It does take you a while. I have to tread carefully in the mornings, and yet here I am putting the camera in your face again. I'll turn it off in a sec. You know, just for a bit of continuity for the video, just to start the day. Oh, okay. That's how you feel about our videos, eh?
That's how I feel about you putting the camera in my face in the morning.
All right, well, I'll just put it on me once again, shall I? Well, I've made you a cup of tea. One thing we've really kind of started slacking on lately, though, is our exercise routine. And we've got some valid reasons for that. Like, we've had the van to worry about recently, and both of us sort of felt like we were coming down with something for a few days, and I really did for one day. My nose was just constantly running. But nonetheless, it has kind of taken a bit of a dive, and diet not so good. But, you know, we're travelling around. We'll be back home soon. We'll be back in the UK, so we'll be able to get back into a routine. Nonetheless, I'm going to attempt to do a little exercise routine this morning for about 3 minutes, which in my head will then justify all those beers last night. That doesn't work at all, but I'm just going to tell myself that. Normally I try and do 2 or 3 of those rounds when I choose to do it, which is fairly sparingly. Today, just the one. That's enough.
We've still got colds.
Yeah, there's still a lingering sense of that. But yeah, whatever. That's enough.
Yeah.
And we've had a little guest ever since we arrived. As soon as we pulled the van in to our little spot, we had this little cat come over and say hello. And we weren't sure if he was hungry, he or she, but we gave him something anyway because, you know, heartstrings pulled and all that. We're easily persuaded. And he wolfed it down. He had some sardines, and this morning he's come back, so he's got a little bit of tuna. I don't think there's anything wrong with that because he's eating it all. And you would assume a cat wouldn't necessarily eat it if they weren't hungry. I don't know though. Oh, I am so glad for this weather now, aren't you, Steve?
At least we'll get a little bit of it.
Yeah, it's been a while actually. Like when we first got to Spain, in the northern part, we had on and off days of sunshine and being able to be in shorts and t-shirts, but generally we were pretty lucky, weren't we? Yeah. And then ever since we kind of came inland, it all went, and of course it got very, very freezing recently. On the last video when we got the van fixed, it was like being back in Britain again. Yeah. But now, even though we haven't got a huge amount of time left on this trip, at least now we've come to the east coast, everything's suddenly shot up by at least 10 degrees. And it's supposed to be like 20 something today, isn't it? Yeah. As we were driving in, Morning. As we were driving in, it was about 24 degrees, I think. So that is a massive step up from what we've been used to in the last couple of weeks.
I'm regretting these jeans now.
No, I think the jeans are all right. I'm just glad my arms are free.
Yeah.
The thing is, if it gets cold later, it'll just be annoying, won't it? Yeah, we haven't gone full on shorts, we've just got the jeans on, but at least the arms are out. There are lots of bitey things here though. They look absolutely sinister, these things. They're like these black mosquitoes. They look so vicious. As soon as I opened the door this morning to get some fresh air in, and just to look at the daylight, they all started coming in. I didn't think they were about in the morning. So we've got no set plan, have we, Steve?
No.
We're just going to wander the streets of Benidorm, go down the seafront. We're definitely going to do that. We're probably going to get a beer because it just feels like you've got to do it. I'm in the mood for that now, are you? I fancy a beer, maybe.
Well, I'll always be tempted by the free tapas, so probably.
Oh, I think we will. We've got another night left on this campsite, so we'll try and make the most of it before the grim reality of getting back to the UK hits. Back to work, earn some more pennies, find out what future has in store for us, maybe not. We nearly just got run over by a scooter. Have you seen the speed people go on these things? I don't mean the sit-down scooter things, I mean the ones you stand up on that you see everybody using now. They're a nightmare. God, we sound like old men, don't we?
We are old men.
Shouting at the clouds.
Oh, well, I do think there's a problem with it, because they've not been
Restricted,
regulated.
No, regulated, that's the word.
I think at home they are a bit more, but...
They literally go 1,000 miles an hour down the road past you, on the pavement usually as well. Well, not 1,000, I'm just trying to say they go very quick, yeah? Stephen just pointed out, I mean, look, where else can you go? Where can you go that's not Britain, where you can go and find a British pub that does a Sunday lunch? That's amazing. We're half tempted now, aren't we? It's Sunday tomorrow. Sunday lunch in a British pub in Spain, Steve. I mean, only in Benidorm, right?
Yeah,
And it is tempting to do that when you're here. Like, travelling around Spain, we've tried different Spanish things and it's been fantastic, and we'll get to try more. But sometimes just coming here, it's just, I get it, I do understand it. It's easy to mock it, you know, but I understand why people do it. Like, there's places doing full English breakfast, you can do that. Lunchtime, you can go for a roast dinner. It's just, and then all on the side of the Mediterranean in the sunshine. It's just, it's surreal. I don't want to keep banging on about it, but it is, you know, and I just think people sort of laugh at this place, or that sometimes people think they're above it or something. I know maybe that's not fair, because it's not going to be for everybody's taste, but I do understand it. There's something fun. Alright, cheers, Steve. That didn't take us long, did it? No sooner have we arrived in the town, then we come somewhere for something to eat, glass of wine, and we have got 6 tapas. I don't know if you can hear me because it's very loud in here. So we got a glass of wine each, and then 6 tapas, which look pretty nice. There was loads to choose from, and altogether that was 11 euros. That's really good, isn't it? Shall we tuck in?
Yeah, before it gets cold.
Oh, this looks great. Oh, how good was that, Stephen?
Yeah, I enjoyed that.
That was such good value for money. So 6 tapas, we had 3 each, and a glass of wine each. It looked like you could get a bottle for the same price, so I'm not sure what that was. Maybe we missed a trick there, but wow, that was just lovely, wasn't it? Really tasty tapas. All of them were really good.
Value for money, that one.
Yeah, we think we might go back there later. But the thing is, that square, I'd read about it. It looks like it's the sort of thing you'd miss really easily. It almost looks like it's sat between like a block of flats or something. So there's this entire square that does all tapas, and they all do similar deals. And it seems quite busy. And it's in the old town, but it's just outside of, like, it's not by what they call Tapas Alley or some of the main stretches. It's just out of that. So if you're in Benidorm and you want some good tapas, a good deal, that place, that square, I'll try and write the name if I can find it, and I'll put the place that we went to down there. That was so worth it.
They're all the same in that square. They all sell the same kind of things.
Yeah, but then you could go from one to another, you know, so you could spend a whole evening there. Oh, I feel so happy, don't you?
Aye.
It's like you got a good deal, yes. Anyway, we'll press on. We're going to carry on exploring now and go down the seafront, I think.
Yeah.
Let's go. And we're back at the beach, Steve. Benidorm seafront. Yeah, last time we came here, it was like right at the end of February, beginning of March, and we didn't see anyone in the water or on the beach. Not really. Whereas this time, it seems a lot busier. Maybe the water's still warmer because the summer's just passed rather than in February when it's had time to go cold. But this is a lovely seafront. The beach is spectacular, all with those buildings lining it.
It's not as busy as it was when we came as well.
Yeah, this bit's always busy. Like with people walking along the front. No, this isn't busy today, I suppose, but... In fact, this is a bit quieter than some of the main town, which is nice. So as you can see, the beach extends so far, right up to where we are, all the way around there, and there's like bars and restaurants the entire way along. Almost all of these buildings are hotels, but it's such a spectacle to see that. Those sky-high buildings all clustered together. And now we're going to go up to a viewpoint, and the thing is, it kind of extends again around the corner, so this is almost like double the size. So as I was just saying earlier, you've got that entire stretch of beach in front of all those buildings. We've just come to a viewpoint in the middle, which we're going to go to in a minute. And then the other side, you've got the same thing again, like even longer. So there's another beach, and then more hotels and buildings. It is absolutely huge. Well, you cannot argue with that view all the way around. Utterly amazing. Stephen's just gone to order us another glass of wine, so I better get to the bar. This is getting to become a habit now, isn't it?
Yeah.
Coming to Benidorm's bad for your health. There's more to it than you think. It's not just like tower blocks and stuff like that. There's great views, you know?
Aye.
I don't know, it's worth pointing out, I thought.
I guess so.
There's more to it than meets the eye.
Aye.
And there's plenty of wine. I really love the whole atmosphere and being here and just dipping your toes in, knowing you can run away at the end.
Yeah.
A bit like going to London.
It's a bit like having children.
You know, you can run away at the end.
You're a grandparent or something, you know, you can just give them back.
Yeah, I wouldn't know, thank God. Yeah, it's like visiting a big city like London. Like, okay, if you're not the city people, me and Stephen definitely aren't. It's nice to say you dip your toes in and you can jump on a train at the end of the day and get out and not see it again until the next time. That's a bit like Benidorm. Like, you go in for this unique little world that it is, and then you leave and you don't have to see it again until you fancy it again.
Yeah.
I'm gonna eat my tapas now. So that one, it was the one we went to last night, but what we paid then, we had 2 glasses of wine with a tapas each, and it was a really nice tapas, wasn't it? €3.60. So basically £3 for a glass of wine each, plus something to eat. I mean, you can't beat that, can you?
It was €5 just for the wine. So
Yeah, some of them do vary. The one by the viewpoint we were at just now was a bit more expensive, but like still cheaper than the UK by a million miles.
Right, let's have a wander along the seafront. I might have an ice cream.
Yeah, we're going along the beach. Oh, I'm crossing the road now while I'm filming. This is bad. Although it is green, so it's fine. Yeah, we keep saying we're going to wander down the other end, but we keep going to places. Alright, Steve spotted the ice cream he wants. What are we having, Steve? Or what are you having? So there's the pistachio. That's Steve's favourite flavour of ice cream. And you know what? Strangely enough, one of the best places we've ever had that is actually in Ramsgate. There's an Italian restaurant that does really amazing pistachio ice cream. Random fact for you. I mean, look at this, Steve. It's nearly winter. More or less is winter, let's face it. And you're eating an ice cream in the sun.
By the time everybody sees this, it'll be Christmas, isn't it?
Yeah, by the time this video comes out, it will be close to Christmas because we're getting a little bit behind now, but not too far behind. Like, it's still winter. We're not like recording this in the bloody summer or anything. It's just about 3 weeks behind at this stage. And back home, the weather's awful, so, you know, so far we made the right choice.
Well, Merry Christmas.
So there's just such a long strip of bars and restaurants, but mostly bars, and many of them British orientated. So there you go, the Guinness bar. I mean, I guess that's like an Irish bar of sorts. Got different people there, enticing people in different ways. I really can't believe I'm saying this, Stephen, but this feels quite relaxing. Like, I don't know, because everybody's just sort of gently strolling along. Nobody's rushing, even though there's quite a few people about. It's not like rammed. And because of the fact we're going to get run over, hold that thought. I think because we're just slowly moving from bar to bar, but then just going for a walk somewhere. It's been like peaceful, isn't it?
Oh.
So far. We were both saying we feel like we're having a much better time today than we did last night.
Yeah.
And I think because it's a bit more in our wheelhouse, this kind of going out in the afternoon, which, you know, it might be for a lot of Brits, and just soaking up a bit of sunshine while things are open and just enjoying that. I don't think we want to be out late, do we?
No.
We don't want to do that. I don't want to wait for something to open at 11 o'clock at night. Like, I can't be asked for that. I don't think I ever could. It's not an age thing for me, personally.
Never anybody in them anyway.
No, exactly. You were saying last night, like, we could have waited for some of the... Because we were going to a couple of the different gay bars and stuff like that. We could have waited for some of the others to open at 11. But we've been here, we've done that many, many times. You get in, and then there's nobody in anyway. And it's like, well... And not that I need people in there, but like the whole, you kind of wonder what you're doing it for, don't you, really?
Yeah.
So doing this in the daytime, just going around the different bars, little glass of wine, maybe a bit of tapas, Stephen getting an ice cream. I absolutely love it. I just feel in a happy place right now. Is that the booze?
I think that'd
Probably.
be 5 glasses of wine.
That'd be 5 glasses of wine. Well, I'm not going to argue with it. Stephen was just saying, like, Benidorm's got this reputation for like drunkenness and debauchery, all that kind of stuff. Is debauchery a word? That is
Debauchery.
Debauchery. Am I saying it right though?
Yeah, I think
okay, right. So all that kind of stuff, it's got that reputation. But you look around you and it's like everybody's middle-aged, or older. So either that's all rubbish and it's not true, or it's that generation,
It's us.
our generation and older. Like, we're probably in the younger end. But maybe, you know, that reputation isn't fair here, because certainly from what I can see, everybody's behaving themselves.
Yeah.
But it is the middle of the day, to be fair.
Yeah, that's true.
So yeah, interesting thought. There's not so many young people here. So who's if there's any kind of drunken nonsense going on, it's the older generation. It's our age and upwards kind of thing.
It's us lot.
Yeah, but it might not be nothing. It might be that there is no problem here, and people just say there is because people just like to look down on it. You know?
Yeah, maybe. I don't know. Who cares?
No, who cares? We're having a good time. Who cares? Well, we're just talking, aren't we, while we're wandering along?
Right.
Better stop talking, because I think we're going to just fall onto the beach in a minute.
Right. I think we should find another glass of wine.
I think we should
now.
find some more wine. Cheers.
Cheers.
So we're in another bar, obviously, and we're on the seafront. This is probably like the most British place we've seen so far, isn't it? So it's like a tropical beach bar kind of vibe. It's absolutely packed. We're just sitting outside on a step with our glass of wine. I don't know if we're supposed to, but we can't find a table, can we? A little bit more expensive in this one. It was €5 for both of these, and they're quite small glasses of wine, so interesting. There's a DJ going, everybody seems to be British, all the staff are British. There's a what was I going to say? Yeah, this definitely seems like, we were just talking earlier about how it's an older crowd in Benidorm, but actually this seems just a little bit younger in this one, doesn't it? But I wouldn't say young overall. They're still like...
Feels more scratchy.
Scratchy?
Scratchy.
I mean scratchy. Like
not
things
that,
like
yeah.
kick off.
Yeah.
Yeah, this feels like the sort of place like in about 3 hours time there'll be brawls or something. Yeah. Home from home. Anyway, I'm not like loving this place. I think like one drink here and then we'll go to another one. But another fun novelty. It's like a total Brit bar on the beach. All these dark clouds are coming in now, which is a bit worrying. Ching ching. It feels a lot more peaceful this end. It's a bit quieter, but it feels a bit more expensive maybe? I don't know.
Yeah, it is.
Maybe. I'm not so sure. Like, I think maybe behind this area might be a bit different. But it's definitely a slightly different vibe down this end compared to the other end.
Yeah.
I don't care, I just love wandering up and down. I feel like we're in our own little bubble here that like I've just forgot about the world. I forgot about everything else. I forgot about the things that we think about.
Well, don't worry, that'll all come.
Oh, it'll all come
back.
crashing back, yeah. It's only about 4:30 in the afternoon, isn't it? It feels later now.
We've had 5 glasses all day.
We've had about 5 glasses, but spread across many hours. And they... Yeah, you're right. Yeah, you're right. Maybe across 4 hours. That's still quite a lot of time.
Alright.
There's a McDonald's there.
Yeah, nobody likes McDonald's anymore.
No, we hate McDonald's. It's always cold.
It's gone out of fashion, that one.
Well, forget that though. It's literally always cold, McDonald's. I hate it.
It'll be a relic soon.
I mean, you probably can't see on the camera, but that water is so clear. And that feels kind of amazing to me, given what's lining the entire seafront. And yet, this crystal clear water, Mediterranean waters, right there. I don't know what that is. If anyone's been to Benidorm, please let us know. It looks like a zip line or something, because it seems to stretch out. I don't know if that is what it is. So we're at the end of Benidorm, Steve. I think we're just going to go back either along the beach or we're just going to go into one of the inner lanes and wander the side streets and see what we can find.
Nice.
I just quite enjoy this wandering, don't you?
Nice, nice.
And it's so peaceful. I keep saying that, but it is peaceful. I can't believe I'm saying that. By the way, it's a Saturday evening. I was going to say Saturday night. It's not night, but it is a Saturday, and it doesn't feel overly hectic.
I know, we're just coming to the end of siesta now, so it's all about to pick up.
Yeah, maybe it does get absolutely insane.
Come on then.
All right, well, I'm just enjoying the moment, Steve. Just savour it. Just savour this peace.
Yeah, I've had enough of the moment.
Oh, God, why?
I don't know.
What moment would you like? What other moment would you want?
When we leave now.
Can we would the other moment involve another glass of wine?
Yeah.
Oh yeah, excellent, I agree then. So these 2 glasses of wine, because we're staying on the wine, they were €3.50 each, so €7 altogether. Which, you know, in UK terms, that's still bloody good, isn't it, Stephen?
Not really.
Isn't
it's
it?
about the same as home. For a small glass of wine, it's about $2.75, isn't it?
I don't think that's a small glass of wine.
Yeah, it is. It's got a bit of ice in it.
Oh yeah, it's got loads of ice in it. Oh yeah, maybe it's deceptive. I never thought about that. Steve, there's another ale hop over there. We keep seeing them around. We see them. I've seen about 3 or 4 in Benidorm so far. And I'm sure we've seen ale hop in Germany as well, but I don't remember seeing them in the UK ever, do you?
No.
I don't even know what they sell. Do you want to go and have a look?
No.
No, me neither, really. Right now, we're just wandering around the back streets because we've walked along the seafront now, so we thought we may as well walk back, but in the streets behind, and it's all kind of clothes stores. They're all kind of opening up again now. For the evening. I hate shopping, do you?
Yeah, not for me.
I think that makes us quite rubbish gays, don't you? Like, you know, I think people make this assumption because we're gay men, oh, we must be this or we must be that, but we must have like missed all those branches on the way down.
Yeah.
Crap music, yes, I hit that branch, but in terms of like cleanliness and fashion and being stylish, no, that never happened to us. Missed all those branches and just hit the floor.
Although I would like to be able to make clothes, that'd be fun.
Yeah. Oh look, another drink, Steve. Can you believe it? It's vodka this time. Getting straight to the hard stuff.
We're in the black chicken.
Look, it's only about 6 o'clock. Everybody's absolutely mashed.
2 big vodkas for every €5.
€5 for 2 quite big vodkas. Yeah, no, it's really good. They taste very strong.
There's karaoke, maybe.
Oh, there's karaoke. Oh no. We've been kicked out of karaoke before, that's how bad it is. When we sang karaoke in Norway, they turned the bloody machine off.
No, they fast forward.
Oh, they fast forwarded it? Never mind. We're good singers, really. You know what, though? I'm having a really good time, are you? I love this. Good morning. Our guest is back once again. Come back for his breakfast, or hers. We still haven't figured that out because we haven't really looked properly. Well, good morning. So we made it back safely. It was fine. We had a really, really good night. But what happened was, I can't remember the last thing we showed, but we bumped into a British couple and they were really friendly. They just arrived. They were really tired, but we ended up talking to them for like a couple of hours, didn't we? And before you know it, like, it's gone dark. It's got later.
I don't know how we managed to last throughout the day.
No, I don't. But we did.
Well, we was eating constantly as well.
We was eating constantly, but, you know, everything was fine. I think it just turned a bit at the end when we went on to vodkas in that pub. So it's the sort of pub that's like, you see quite a few of them in Benidorm, and they will have all that really British stuff, and it'll be karaoke and all the typical classics come out. Is that really something I necessarily like? No, not all the time, but sometimes it's fun. And, you know, last night I kind of got into it. We both did, didn't we? If you're in a place like that, you've kind of just got to roll with it, otherwise it's just not going to work, is it? So, and, you know, several drinks down the line kind of helped that on its way a little bit. So that's the other side, you know, that's the side of Benidorm that I think people, it's notorious for, it's known for. And, you know what, it was a lot of good fun. It was good, clean fun. Nobody was misbehaving, were they? People were drinking, but nobody was being awful or anything like that. So just food for thought, really, that actually you can have a good time and you can have a room full of drunk people and it doesn't have to be anything terrible. Stephen's hurrying me up now because we need to leave. We do need to leave. All right. Well, I'm going to drink my tea, I'm going to go and grab a shower, and then we're going to crack on. All right then. Well, bye, lovely little campsite. Thank you for the stay. Yeah, sorry, we forgot to show you round, but ultimately it's just a campsite. So.
Take the next right onto Camí de l'Armanello.
So we've moved on, we're only just up the road. We can't really be bothered to do much at the moment. I'm not sure why, after this hectic weekend. And we're in, I think, Altia. Just a little kind of town just around the corner from Benidorm. And we're on a little beach. We're parked around the corner from it, which is good, in just a little free spot. Yeah, so that's it really. Like, Benidorm, I'm sorry if this has been a bit of a chaotic video, but we just kind of wanted to show it as it is, as we're wandering around. You know, we don't get drunk all the time, honest. It was just one of those things that just happened there, and it was fun, you know. We were quite sensible, I think.
Aye.
I don't know why I'm justifying it.
No,
Am I justifying it?
I don't know.
I suppose I'm just explaining it. But I think a few days off of the bad stuff is in order. So we're going to have a few days of detoxing. We've just actually had a menu del dia, so menu of the day, on one of the little seafront restaurants. That was €17.80 each for 2 courses. A little bit pricier here than compared to some of the places we've seen it. And we had, I forgot to film all of it, but Stephen had an amazing chicken soup, didn't you?
Right, it's nice.
Really nice. I just had like a tuna salad because I just wanted something clean. And then we had this chicken in Roquefort sauce and some potatoes and rice and stuff like that. I forgot to film that bit, but it was really tasty, wasn't it?
It was alright.
Very filling. And I'm ranting, so shall we end the video?
So that's it for this week. Please push your like button, very important, push the like button. Subscribe if you like the channel, and push the notification bell if you want to be notified when we put a video out.
Yeah, thank you for watching. We'll see you next week.
Bye.
Bye. Wait a minute, scrap that bit unless you've already turned the video off, in which case you won't see this anyway. But we just wanted to say, so we're obviously quite a few weeks into our trip, so by now, by the time the videos go out, because often we're filming more than one a week, aren't we? It will be some weeks ahead. by the time you see this. And I think this one that we're currently recording, or the one that you've just seen from Benidorm, will go out just before Christmas, if I've got that right. And it's like that's like a couple of weeks into the future now, so things towards the end of the trip will start being quite a bit further ahead in time, just so we've got some videos to put out when we go back to work in the UK. That's why we do that. We've explained that before, haven't we?
Yes, many times.
Yeah, okay. So what we just wanted to say is, before the video ends, Merry Christmas to all our subscribers. So,
Christmas.
you know, if you do celebrate it, or even if you don't, hopefully you have a nice festive period. I know Christmas can be quite problematic for a lot of people. It can be a difficult time, and I think the older you get, the more it becomes associated sometimes, doesn't it, with difficult things and sad things, you know. So Christmas is a tricky one, but whatever the case, we just want to wish everybody a Merry Christmas to all our subscribers, new and old, everybody who watches us, and we will continue putting these videos out. I'm sure there's going to be some more Spain and probably France videos left to go just into January. And then you'll catch up with us back in the UK when we finish work.
Aye.
So with that, Merry Christmas, and we'll see you in the next one.
Bye.
Bye.